Since the debut of Disney's live-action Snow White, it's been nothing short of a complete box office catastrophe, not just for the Walt Disney Company and Bob Iger as its CEO, but also for Rachel Zegler and, unfortunately, Gal Gadot, who got dragged into this mess alongside her. The truth is, Gal really should have seen it coming the moment she signed on with Disney and, more specifically, aligned herself with Bob Iger's ideological vision for the company's major franchises. Welcome to Inside the Spotlight. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and give this video a like for more updates. Your support means a lot. Now, let's be honest, Snow White 2025 might just be the worst iteration of Snow White ever made. That's not even factoring in the agenda that was clearly injected into the film. Just looking at it objectively, based purely on production quality, it's a bad movie. The acting is weak, the direction feels lost, the cinematography is dull, the writing is flat, and the final product looks and feels like a fever dream. It's simply hard to take seriously. And what makes this all even more dramatic is Rachel Zegler's escalating firing saga. As we've previously covered, Zegler was let go from multiple Disney-related projects. That includes her voice acting role in Toy Story 5, where she was playing a character codenamed Spiral, and her removal from the Pirates of the Caribbean reboot, which, at this point, might not even happen considering how silent Disney's been on it. In the aftermath of Snow White's colossal failure, Rachel Zegler's bitterness is beginning to show. With Disney already dealing with massive backlash from critics and audiences alike, the attention is now shifting to how Rachel herself is reacting to it all, especially her behavior toward the studio and toward the critics. Recently, she said, "I think when you are a woman in this industry, you tend to be in a far worse situation than a man since we all know this industry is still heavily run by the male demographic. And sometimes you're not always going to be on the studio's good side when things don't go their way. When they hear loud, opinionated voices that spew lies and present false narratives to fit their politics. As an actress, it's important for me to understand human emotions, anger, love, joy, sadness. It's what makes us so talented. But what I don't tolerate are unhinged voices coming from one side of the country that criticize a character like Snow White when they don't even know what she represents." Rachel went on to emphasize that the idea of diversifying Snow White wasn't hers alone. It was Mark, Greta, and Aaron's idea. "We agreed to present a new version of Snow White led by someone from a different ethnic background. That was the obvious way to expand the character's relatability." She also made claims about industry unfairness and studio politics, adding, "I think both people and studios can be very unfair with their decisions, and I've personally experienced that. And while I'm unwilling to go into specifics for now, what I find truly offensive are those who don't respect what it takes to play a role like Snow White. Imagine sitting in a dress for 16 to 18 hours a day. Then one day, your character is streaming and actresses don't even get paid fairly when that happens. Something needs to be done about streaming revenue. It should be fair for actors." This, of course, ties back to when Zegler supported the actors' strike and said she believes actors should be paid every single time someone watches a film on streaming platforms like Disney+. Which, let's be honest here, that's just absurd. That's not how the business model works, and quite frankly, that's not how acting contracts work either. But that's the level of entitlement we've come to expect from Zegler at this point. She continued by reiterating how long she had to wear her costume on set, as if it were some unique burden. But in reality, many actors and actresses endure the same grueling conditions, especially when playing iconic, legacy characters. It's not a permanent hardship, it's just part of the job. And her comments only further expose how little she seems to understand the very industry she's trying to dominate. Things get worse when you look at how her fallout has spread beyond Disney. Zegler was dropped from projects with Blumhouse Productions, including a major horror trilogy. She was also removed from a political thriller under Warner Brothers, where she was cast as a politician's daughter. She's rapidly becoming a liability that studios want nothing to do with. And still, Rachel continues to defend this disaster of a film. She concluded another recent rant with this: "My critique of the critics is that they don't understand this story. It's a story about a powerful woman who doesn't need a prince. That's why we created a Jonathan-type character, more of an outlaw than a prince. We dialed back the traditional love story on purpose. I think the growing issue in this industry stems from studio politics and clueless critics. Our film is successful whether people like it or not. The numbers are promising and it shows how hard we worked. I'm grateful to Mark, Greta, and Aaron for giving me the chance to play the most courageous version of Snow White yet. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. So once again, we see the delusion front and center. Zegler claims her version of Snow White is the best ever, blatantly snubbing Kristen Stewart, the iconic 1937 animated classic Mirror Mirror with Lily Collins, and even the original Brothers Grimm tale. It's not just tone-deaf, it's downright arrogant. At the end of the day, this is a clear case of an actress lashing out at the public and the industry because her career is falling apart. Studios have had enough of self-important, hyper-political celebrities who alienate audiences instead of entertaining them. And with Rachel's growing list of cancelled roles and burned bridges, it looks like the industry has already started to move on. Let me know what you think about this mess in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content like this. Until next time, thanks for watching Inside the Spotlight.